What's up, everyone? This is BigPowner, and today we're going to be making some insane boots. These boots specifically are for a speed mapper, physical to cold conversion. Um, the new influences are just really good on these because you can make some really nice boots with this method that I'm going to show you. This is what I used to make my boots, which are really nice. I did it a little bit differently because I started with essences for life and just spammed it till T1 movement speed. This one I'm doing a little bit differently because the chosen mods are really strong. To get double high attributes, we're going to start with the bottom first. Then we're going to use Veiled Chaos Orbs to get one of the chosen movement speed mods on here. So that's going to wind up being really nice. We'll go ahead and show you, and they're a really high chance of hitting them. If you don't care which one that you're going to get, this is a really good way to go about it because we have the chosen here. We've got 3 outs on this, 1,500 each. That's the highest stat group. You get 3 choices on these, so it's a pretty high probability you'll get at least one. So that's good. So if we fill up our bottom, or we block the last slot, then that part of the craft shouldn't take too much. But like all these are good, especially with the way the build's set up. Using the Pantheon that I have set up because I make this for a friend, and he's going to be using the same setup as me, which I'm using the Pantheon that makes you immune to freeze. So if you got the cannot be chilled, then you'd be immune to freeze and chill, so that would be nice. Obviously if you get movement speed with onslaught, that's really nice, and if you get movement speed with more movement speed, obviously that's really nice for a speed mapper. 42% movement speed, can't complain about that. Obviously just having the onslaught, that just gives you one less thing that you have to look for on your timeless jewel, which would be the other place you would pick it up, but that is a possibility to pick it up on there. So you're not going to remove one of these mods unless you absolutely need it. Like if you have like a super crazy timeless jewel and you have to have it on there, then it might be worthwhile for you to re-roll it. With the new influences, once we have those 2 tier 1 stats on there, unless we don't like the third thing that's on there, they're guaranteed to stay there, and we can re-roll the top as much as we need to. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I went ahead and pre-prepped this as far as I got it with quality, and I got it with an enchantment. This is the best enchantment if you're going to be speed mapping. The best enchantment if you're going to be bossing would be the penetration if you haven't killed recently, but 16% attack and cast speed is going to be nice. It's kind of cool to also have the cast speed. I think I might switch away from dash just so that I have the multiple charges of flame dash. Plus flame dash is a little bit further. Plus since I have cast speed on my helm, I have cast speed on my enchantment on my boots and all that good stuff. I might actually do that because sometimes just dash just isn't enough, and having those multiple charges, and I don't have enough to do second wind, so that might have double usage there. So we're kind of going to make his boots look a little bit like mine, a little bit different because they're going to be more focused on attributes. You're going to want to start off with Deafening Essence of Rage or Deafening Essence of Spite. The reason why is because we're going to try to hit Intelligence or Strength with Dexterity, which on an evasion base, we are not going to be able to roll anything but Dexterity naturally. So we would be able to craft on the other one if we have an open slot. So we could get triple attributes. That is an option. So this is what we're going for. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. Alright, so we're basically just looking for a high dexterity along with it. Ooh, alright, so we got tier 2 right away, and we have a nice resistance on there. I mean, that's pretty good. His last craft, if you've watched the video yet, if you haven't, you should go check it out, but there's some unlucky rolling on that, and this is actually really nice as it is, and the bottom's already all filled up. I think we're just going to go ahead, and then if you want something nicer, you know, I can make a nicer pair. But that was really quick and lucky, so we're gonna take it. And I actually wound up needing a higher resistance on one of my resistances, so, and he'll be able to swap that, which is nice, because you can use harvest to swap resistance for one of the same type or whatever that is. So he can switch that to whatever type he winds up needing. So I think this is going to be a go ahead and let's do it. So that went really fast. So now what we're going to be doing, which this should actually, that other part should have been the long part. I cut out the quality in this one because the last one the quality took like 60 tries. That was a rougher craft. All right, so now we're gonna do suffixes cannot be changed. All right, I need exalts. Okay. Oh wow! Oh, a tier one life, dude. This is like, if there's movement speed dual mod on this, that's just like, this is like, please be dual mod movement speed. Oh my gosh! Wow. Those are insane. Like. That is insane how quickly we hit that. I mean, like, these have got to be just absolutely astronomical. Yeah, there's nothing on the market that even matches up with those, and not ignoring the resistance, like that's just crazy. Well, you know, crafting cost what, 2, 3, like maybe like 4x. Well, the base with the perfect base with the enchantment was, I think, 3 or 4, maybe 5x. But yeah, so that went pretty well. All right, so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting our influences on it. We're going to be wanting these two same things because it's a speed mapper. We want more movement speed, and physical is extra cold. So now we're just going to be trying to hit those things. And then the last thing we just craft on it. So bam! Goal! These boots are making up for some of the unluckiness. Although I have to be realistic. I showed you guys how high of a chance it was that we hit the movement speed. What was really good RNG about this is that we hit the tier 2 dexterity like within like a couple essences, which is pretty crazy, and it had what, tier 3 resistance, which is pretty good because that was kind of like a shot in the dark that we might have to just take whatever's there. So that was nice. And then hitting that tier 1 life with that, like that with an open prefix, is just like insane. Alright, so now we need movement speed. Bam. There it is. So yeah, that's a craft. I will say total crafting cost of this, probably a couple more EX there. Like I said, the base, I think it was like 3, 4. I think it was more expensive. I think it was like 4 or 5. I can't remember. It was either 3 or 5. But that's because I got a good mod on it, and it's on a perfect base. And then I think I actually hit the quality on it really fast on this one, also. So that was cheap. Um, so I think we're probably like let's say the base was 5EX. I don't even think it was in. I don't remember exactly, but I think I hit the hit the hit. I think I hit the 30% quality in like well under an EX, which they estimated for the. It should cost about 1.5 EX to get your 30% quality. It should cost. I think that 3 to 5 EX for the base is probably fair with enchantment, and then only one reroll, and then only a few essences. This was definitely way under what I would say it would cost to create something this nice. Like these boots are worth way more than it costs to just craft them. Realistically, though, replicating this, if I were to do this again, it would not cost that much. If I was like, I have to have tier 1 life with the dual movement speed and the 2 attributes, and it'd be a lot more. So I want you to understand, watch the other video where it didn't go so well, and then watch this video and be like, wow, that was pretty lucky. So yeah, I always want to give those disclaimers when I know something turned out really, really well, really, really fast. Those are finished boots. That right there is a wrap. What we have to do on this though is we do have to put on a finishing mod. Maybe we can do dual mod life and evasion, or we could do yeah, I think just the evasion rating with the life. This has to get divined anyways, so I'm not going to do that now, but that turned out very, very nicely. Congrats for him. Realistically though, you should be able to make some pretty nice boots. I think like if you give yourself a budget of like 10 EX, you should be able to make yourself something really nice. You could even make it cheaper by not going with grands. You could go a step lower. That would make it a lot cheaper. The grands are like, I think they were like 17 to 1 EX. So that can get pricey trying to hit 2 specific things with grands. So keep that in mind. It did take a lot on the gloves that I just did. I did the video on crafting these. These are absolutely insane. These are actually a harder craft. This boots craft is a lot easier craft, which even if we had any other random stat, we could have crafted 70 life on there. So it would have came out close to the same, but there's 19 extra life that way, and having that natural roll where you can craft on whatever you want, that's really cool. But you could get for 10 EX, for probably about 10 EX, you could make something that would be comparable to what we just created. In a really bad roll situation, it could cost more. Well, it definitely could cost more if you were really unlucky. I don't think it would get as high. I don't think it really could get as high as the other one. I don't think you'd be that unlucky, because the main thing that ate up a bunch of currency on this was hitting the 25% physical as extra cold. That's a lot rarer to hit, just based on the mod type, because the 25% physical converted to cold, just as a percentage inside of it, since with the movement speeds we're just like any one of the 3. Obviously, if you wanted one of the specific dual mod movement speeds, you're going to be like, all right, well, I got to triple my cost. So I do want to leave on that note. Anyways, that was awesome. I always like when stuff turns out like that. Super sweet item. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment. If you're not yet and you like this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Check me out on YouTube at twitch.tv/BigPowner. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.